that we have a packed week. So let's get in our research team joining in with what the trade setup looks like, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. This is our Power Prep segment. We'll tell you all about the market cues. Hey guys, a good morning to all of you. First up, let me come across to you, Reema. It is an important week. What are the market cues that we are watching out for?
Hi, good morning. So the SGX Nifty, as you pointed out, is suggesting a mildly positive start, but this comes after 2 days of a brutal sell-off last week on Wednesday and on Friday. In fact, Indian markets are trading at 3-month lows. The BSE companies erased a market capitalization of nearly 11 lakh crore in the last 2 trading sessions, with Adani and the banking stocks taking it on the chin. But it's a big week coming up. You've got the union budget, FOMC decision, corporate earnings flowing through, and the monthly auto numbers. This week's earnings include State Bank of India, ITC, HDFC Limited, Tech Mahindra, Power Grid, Sun Pharma, ACC, and the list is very long. Someone told me about 600 companies will be reporting their numbers this week. Chinese markets are opening up after a week-long New Year holiday. Big selling seen by the FIs on Friday, nearly 6,000 crores sold in the cash. I'm told this is the highest single-day outflow since the 18th of April, and now for the month of January so far, we've seen selling exceed 29,000 crore by the FIs. The DIIs chipped in by buying 4,252 crores, slightly offsetting the selling seen by the FIs. The Adani Group stocks will be on your radar. They've responded to the allegations made by Hindenburg. They're saying the conduct is nothing short of a calculated securities fraud under the applicable laws. Is this enough to spark a rebound in the stocks? We will watch. In terms of just a few levels, now the previous support for our markets was around 17,761, around that. That acted as a support. We breached that in Friday's trade, but now it will reverse and act as a bit of a resistance on the way down and on the way up, and on the way down it will be Friday's intraday low of nearly 17,500, which could act as a bit of a support. Back to you.
All right, Reema, thank you so much for all those cues. Of course, important market cues out there. But as always, a lot of stocks that will be in focus as well. Vivek is joining us to tell us just that. Vivek?
Well, good morning. Quite a few stocks on the radar, that reported earnings. So first on our list is Bajaj Finance. For the second quarter in a row, the earnings have come in largely in line with what the street was anticipating. Profitability jumping up almost 40% on a year-on-year basis. Coming to NTPC, a very good performance by the company this time around. It's a strong operational beat across most of the parameters, with a strong improvement in profitability in the JVs. When you're talking about the net profit, up almost 5.4%, coming in at close to 4,476, above our own poll. When you're talking about the key thing to watch out for, the stake sale as far as the renewable business is concerned, is something that the street will look out for. Vedanta, a slightly muted quarter, especially when you're comparing the profitability on a year-on-year basis. Profits down over 40% on a year-on-year basis as far as Vedanta is concerned. Bharat Electronics, a muted Q3 this time around. Standalone net profit down almost 8%, at coming in close to the 600 crore mark. This is below the CNBC-TV18 poll of 652 crore. Kajaria Ceramics is the other stock to keep on your radar. Quite a weak quarter for this particular company as well. Margins coming in and significantly impacted by higher raw material costs. So again, watch out for some red as far as Kajaria Ceramics is concerned. Care Ratings, revenues up 10%, profitability up 10%. So again, this particular stock, mild green is expected. Godfrey Phillips, a strong quarter. Hinduja Global Solutions has announced a buyback. And as Reema mentioned, all of the Adani Group stocks will be in focus on the back of a lot of news flow that is coming.
Oh, yes, they will be. And of course, we'll get more details on this one through the course of the day and the show as well. Let me go across to Nigel now, who's joining in with all the cues from the F&O space. Hey, Nigel, morning.
Morning. Well, let's hope that today's a better trading session. The last couple of sessions, the Nifty has lost close to 3%. The Nifty Bank is down 5.5 to around 6% odd. What are the FIs doing in the F&O market? Well, they're shorting the index and they added shorts big time. So they added close to around 27,000 short contracts, while they unwound close to around 8,000 long contracts, which brings the short positioning to around 75% odd. On the option side, they bought both calls as well as puts, and that's almost an equivalent number. But what's telling you that at higher levels, you'll see some supplies. One, they're shorting the index. The second factor is they're writing more calls than puts. So at higher levels, we'll actually see some bit of supply that'll come in there. The 18,000 call, the 17,800 call, well, both of them very, very active, aggressive writing being seen out there. On the downside, since we are in a bit of a, wobbly market, there is some put buying, and things, in case things go wrong, well, then there is some positioning out there that there was some put buying that we saw in Friday's trading session itself. What's telling you that maybe we'll see a bit of a bounce at some point of time is the PCR now is moving to the lower end of the range, which is around 0.7 odd. So what are the levels you're tracking? Well, Friday's low becomes very, very important, both on the Nifty as well as the Nifty Bank. That's important, otherwise we slide down to around the 200 EMA. While on the upside, the recent support levels become the resistance, 17,750 to around 41,500 on the Nifty and the Nifty Bank. SGX Nifty suggesting a green tick. I suspect we'll see a bit of a downtick in today. Maybe risk reward could favor you today. Back to you.
Okay, yes, it has come off from the highs. Nigel, Reema and Vivek, thank you so much for joining us and taking us through what to be looking out for the trading session today. Let's slip into a short break now. The Adani Group has said that the Adani Enterprises FPO will go